Well, the Jays, after all the trades that have been made over the last couple days, finally get back into action, and it doesn't feel like they've played a game in a while. And the bats come out flying right away. First off, Jays win 10-5 over the Chicago White Sox. A great job today by the Jays. Stroman was great. The bats were on fire. And it all started off in the very first inning. Leadoff guy Curtis Granderson, back in his hometown of Chicago, gets a 1-0 pitch right down the juice. Literally a 93 mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. He doesn't miss it. Crushes an estimated distance of 413 feet, and it's 1-0 Jays like that. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. coming up, and this guy's been on fire. First pitch, drills it. Look, you guys remember Edwin Encarnacion's home run against Texas in Game 5 of the ALDS back in 2016? The one that tied the game at 2s during that crazy affair? The sound of that baseball, I can just hear it. It was beautiful. This ball, Granderson's was beautiful as well. But the sound of Gurriel's hit, incredible. Drills it. The exit velocity, I think it was like 105 miles an hour off the bat. It was a 96 mile an hour fastball, and it wasn't even a strike. And he barreled it up and clobbered it, and it's 2-0 Jays. Back-to-back home runs to start the ball game. And just like that, it's a 2-0 lead for the Blue Jays. And then we go to the top of the second inning. Russell Martin walks. Next up, Randall Grichuk. And he belts a ball to center field, and it's gone. It's 4-0 Jays. Grichuk with his 14th home run. They're on absolute fire. A couple batters later, Granderson's on base, and Justin Smoke rips a ball. He doubles to right field. Granderson comes in to score, and it's a 5-0 Jays lead. My goodness. They are just piling it on here, and it's great. Yeah, bottom 3, Jose Abreu gets an RBI single, whatever. Because then we go to the top of the 4th inning, and on the first pitch again to Lourdes Gurriel Jr., drills a ball to left field, doesn't get out by much, and it's a curveball at the top of the zone. You've seen him in a home run, down and in, out of the strike zone, and on the line at the top part of the strike zone, he crushes it. He has 2 home runs in the game, another 2-hit game for Lourdes, and he ties a Blue Jays franchise record for 2 hits in a ball game with none other than Tony Fernandez. That's a name. And he ties the Major League record for 2 hits in consecutive 2-hit ball games with 9. He looks to break the MLB record tomorrow night. Incredible. This kid is on fire. He's doing everything right. And then we go to the top of the 5th inning on a 1-1 pitch. Morales gets a meatball in the inner half, and he just absolutely clobbers the ball on the inner half, and it's gone. What's the score at this point? 7-1, I think it is. And then Russell Martin doubles to center field. Hernandez comes in to score. And then on a really weird play, a couple batters later, Russell Martin's at third base. Ball hits the ground, hits the catcher, and goes up into the umpire. Instantly calls time. Russell Martin stops, and he's just before home plate. And they're ready to tag him out. Russ is like, I don't really know what I'm doing right now. What the heck's going on? Nobody knows what's going on. The umpires are confused. It's ridiculous. No one knew what was happening. And then at the end of the day, yeah, Russell Martin, you're coming home, and that's it. What? It was just a weird game. C.B. Buckner, the home plate umpire, and that guy is a complete joke. We all know that. We all know C.B. Buckner's strike zone's all over the place. Just the way he calls the game is a mess. It showed right there. The ball hits him. Time! Okay, all right. That's a weird play. Everyone was confused. I think it was actually early in the ball game, actually. Head coach and pitching coach get booted out of the ball game, or I think it was the pitching coach. And then I don't know if he got booed out of the game for this one, but it was crazy because then everyone else is arguing, and complete mess. And then Granderson, because this is with the bases loaded, Granderson, it's sacrifice fly, run comes home. Jays are now up 10-1. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous at this point. And then they score one in the seventh on a ground rule double from Adam Engel. And I'm shocked to all heck they took out Marcus Stroman after the outing that he was having. I'm just going to check his pitch count here. He was only at 106. The Jays are up 10-2. Let him finish the inning, Gibby. You got a bullpen game tomorrow. Save Biagini for that game. But instead, you take out Stroman, and now you've got to throw in Biagini to get out of that inning. He does. And then we go to the bottom of the ninth inning where we see, I guess, newest Blue Jay, Oliver Drake, and he was awful. Give up 4 hits and 3 runs, but Jays win 10-5 anyways. The offense was on display. The home runs were all over the place. The defense overall I thought was pretty good. No errors for the Blue Jays. That's always a positive. We haven't seen a lot of that lately. Now let's run through the stats real quick. Granderson was 1 for 2. He scored 2 runs, had a couple RBIs, obviously the home run, and he walked once as well. Welcome back to Chicago. We also saw Brandon Drury in one at bat, struck out, but I mean, came in cold, new team, fine. I don't even look at that at bat. And he seems excited to be here. He's going to get the start tomorrow. I thought he was going to get the start today, but it's a new team. You wanted to kind of get him in the wings of things, kind of get him, I guess, accustomed to the team and everything. And then tomorrow night he will get the call, probably at third base. The way young Arvis Solarte has been swinging the bat lately, you want to get a guy like Drury in there to kind of give him a chance. Gurriel, look, guys, I think it was the top of the ninth inning. The way this game was going, there's a full moon out there, so clearly things are a mess. Obviously, with the weird, CB Buckner craziness at home plate, strike zone's atrocious. Strike him out, throw him out. That didn't happen there in the second. I think it was the first inning actually, and both guys get ejected. And just add insult to injury for the White Sox. Lourdes Gurriel, it looks like he's gonna walk. But no, the scoreboard says full count. And he probably sees how many pitches after that, like 6 or 7? It's probably like a 12 pitch at bat. And what does Gurriel do? Oh, he just lines a double. Just because. Goes 3 for 5 in the ball game with a couple RBIs, couple runs scored, couple dingers. His average now at 308. He's had one heck of a start to his Jays career. We know he can hit. You can see it. The way he approaches the plate, it looks fantastic. Justin Smoke stays red hot. He was 2 for 5 in the game as well. Morales 1 for 4, obviously with the home run, and he also walked once as well. His on-base percentage, guys, is .333. Enough said. Solarte was 0 for 5. Hernandez was 0 for 4. Scored a run because he walked once, but he also struck out twice. He will find himself again. He's dropped in the lineup because he's not producing right now. He will find himself. It's just a matter of how long it takes, right? That's just all it is there. Russell Martin was 1 for 3, obviously with the RBI double. And Grichuk 1 for 3 with the 2 runs scored and the 2 RBIs off the home run. And great job by Grichuk. His average is now up to 217, guys. He's really come along. And Travis 0 for 3 in the game. Marcus Stroman, goes 6 2/3, giving up 7 hits, 2 runs, strikes out 3 and walks 1 guy. He was great. If you love looking at statistics, Stroman drops his ERA 22 points and gets his 4th win on the year. All that trade talk around him, I think, is bogus. I don't think he should be moved. Why should he? He's a dynamite pitcher for this team. I don't care what his ERA is right now. Since he's come off the DL, where he was on the DL for almost a month and a half, he's been terrific. He's been fantastic. He's 27 years old with still a few more years of controllability, or whatever you want to call it. Arbitration or whatever. Why move him? He's only 27. It's not like he's 30, 31, and you need to move him because, you got to get something for him. No, he's young. And he's a good pitcher. They don't grow on trees. I'd say keep him. I don't see why you want to trade him. Joe Biagini goes an inning in the third, doesn't give up a hit, doesn't walk a batter, doesn't strike out a guy. He needed that because he's been abysmal lately. And like I said, Jays win 10-5. All right? Game 2 of the series goes tomorrow, and it is going to be a bullpen one, guys. I don't know what to expect. 7:10 first pitch. It's probably going to be Luis Santos getting the start. And we'll see what happens this time around. Lucas Giolito. Or Luca. I think it's Lucas, right? Isn't it Lucas? Yeah, Lucas Giolito, obviously, acquired back in the Adam Eaton deal last year from the Nationals. Hasn't panned out as of yet for the Chicago White Sox. Still very young, 24 years old. He goes tomorrow for the White Sox. And the finale of the series on Sunday afternoon, Ryan Baracki, our great-looking young lefty, is on the mound versus Carlos Rodon, who has done a very good job for the White Sox this year. Only a 3.38 earned run average, and he's only pitched 50 innings, so it's kind of hit or miss. But Ryan Baracki, we've seen a lot from him at home. He's been terrific at the Rogers Center. Hasn't been as good on the road. Let's see what he can do on Sunday afternoon, and that wraps up that before the Jays head out to Oakland, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed the slugfest today for the Toronto Blue Jays. Hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of the game. Again, keep talking to me about Lourdes Gurriel, because I'm not going to get tired of it. The kid is unbelievable. I want to hear what you guys have to say about him. What do you think of Stroman's outing? Do you think they're going to deal Stroman? If so, let me know for what. I don't believe he should be traded, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. Everyone has an opinion. Let's see what you guys got, and we'll talk to you guys on Tuesday podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Go check that out down below. Twitter as well is in the description. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow night as the Blue Jays look to win the series. It's not going to be easy, though. 7:10 first pitch there in Chicago. Luis Santos in start of the bullpen game. Here, it's going to be quite an interesting one. But Luis Santos gets the start against Lucas Giolito for the Chicago White Sox. Like I said, 7:10 first pitch as the Jays look to win the series. We'll talk to you guys then.